Hey YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Food Junkie coming at you with another video. I'm thinking about privilege and what does that mean? What does the word mean? What does it look like? Things of that nature. Of course, we've been talking about, white privilege, where there are certain things in this society where white people have an advantage, as far as living, working, having generational wealth, things like that. That's one type of privilege that is going on, that is out there in this world and in this society. But I'm talking about privilege as a human being. There are things that we as human beings, different types of human beings, different types of nationalities, have privilege to. And I recognize the privilege that I have just being the person that I am. How I carry myself is a privilege. I have the privilege to know that I won't be taken advantage of very easily. People are not going to try me very easily. That's because not only do I have privilege of being a man, but being the stature that I am, 6'3", 200 pounds. People are going to think twice or look twice before they try something crazy with me. That's a privilege. I can walk down the street without the fear of being attacked or being mugged or things of that nature, unless someone pulls a weapon on me. But even then, I have the privilege of knowing that I can handle myself, even if that happens. I have a privilege to, like I said, being what people say fairly attractive. I know I can get away with a lot more than someone who's not, fairly attractive. I have the privilege of being a lighter complexion, which people automatically assume that, I am not as they will say, hood as someone that may be a little darker complected. Or I carry myself in a certain way, or speak in a certain way, or speak with a certain diction or certain tones of my voice to where they think that, I'm not as ghetto or as hood as my counterparts, maybe. And that's a privilege. When we're thinking about privilege, we all automatically jump to, oh, well, that's white privilege. Well, he only did this because he's white. He only got that because he's white. And that may be true. But in order to truly be a blessed human being, understand that, we all have things that we need to take advantage of. Look at the privilege that you have within yourself. Like I said, it's killing me. Like I said, I know that being black may have its, discouraging moments sometimes, but also that being black is a privilege. It truly is. I know how to deal with things, more so than someone that's not a minority or that's not black. I know how to handle myself, more so than someone who may not experience the things I've been throughout my life. And that's a privilege. I thank God the fact that He made me who I am, because He allowed me to be able to deal with situations and circumstances in a way that makes me stronger. I'm privileged the fact that I am of right mind, because He allowed me to see the fact that, I am a fantastic human being. I am amazing. I am blessed. I am, a good person. It's fun being me. It's fun being who I am. It's fun thinking the way I think. It is an honor to walk around in the skin that I walk around in. I like the fact that, God has blessed me with the mindset and a confidence to admit that and to, live in that, It is something that a lot of people can't do or don't do because they look for answers outside of who they are. And that's a privilege in itself, that I have the mindset to look inward at myself and realize how blessed that I am. While there may be some downfalls and some hard times and some hardships that I've experienced and that I go through, even to today, I am blessed to know that I have been given the strength, the ability, the wherewithal to be able to survive it. And not only survive it, but thrive in it. And that's a blessing in itself. Not everyone has that. Not everyone can say that they are blessed with the fact that they can see a turbulent hardship and make the best out of it that's possible while still being their best self. You know, I was born, in Chicago, raised in Seattle, where it's a huge difference. Raised in the ghetto, in Chicago, raised in the projects, and grew up in a low-income area in Seattle. But I've never been that person to think that I was my circumstances or my living situations or my surroundings. I'm doing well for myself now, but I can always do better. God has a plan for me. There's things I need to learn before I'm blessed with the blessings that He has for me to live an abundant, fruitful life without any worries. Financial worries, I should say. But I'm doing pretty good right now. I really don't worry about finances, whatever, because I believe in when you hold your hands so tight, hold on to the little bit that you have. You can never be free to open up your hands to grab the blessings that's out there for you. So I don't ever worry about money. That's why I work the way I work, how I work, when I work, while still striving to meet my goals, my personal goals, I should say. And that's a privilege to know that, to be able to recognize that, comprehend that, understand that, and live in that, and work within that, And when I pray, I always thank God for working with me, on me, and through me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always striving to be the best person I was meant to be. I never ask for perfection, because perfection is boring. Perfection is something that is truly unattainable. But I always ask for Him to make me the best and perfect person that I was meant to be. And my perfection, or my idea of perfection for myself, may not be your idea of perfection for me. And I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable enough with who I am, why I am, to be, myself, without any apologies, without permission, and without someone, without asking someone, is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I say that? Is it okay if I act this way? I don't give two rat shakes of a tail what someone think of me if they think that, it's, not something good. What I do may not be for you. Who I am may not be for you. And I'm okay with that. You need to learn how to be okay with that, because we're all not meant to be friends. We're all not meant to be in each other's space. You meet people for a reason. Everyone that you come across, you should be smart enough to take something from them. Not in a way where you're using or being malicious towards them, but learning from them. You can learn from every situation, good and or bad. You can learn what to do and what not to do. You can learn how to twist something to make it work for you based on who you are as an individual, or you can learn what to stay away from, what's not for you. And that's a privilege, being able to have that mindset, that in-depth understanding of who you are and what you're about and what you want for yourself. That's a privilege. Would I want to be anyone else but myself? Nope. I like who I am. I like what I do. I like the fact that I can be myself and be comfortable within my skin in any environment. I can go to the hood, or what people call the hood or the ghetto, and fit right in. And I can go to an upper echelon event and fit right in. I can have a conversation with anyone about politics, sports, life event, world changes, financial situations, celebrity gossip, fashion, culinary things, cooking things. I can describe, myself and what I'm about, and flavors and colors and the reasons behind things. I can do that. And that's a privilege. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone can hold their own in any situation, in every situation that they find themselves in. That's a blessing. That's a privilege. I'm grateful for that. So when the word privilege goes around all the time, well, that's white privilege. Yeah, there's a lot of white privilege out there that gets you into certain schools and certain programs and get you certain jobs, get you in certain neighborhoods, you know, although a lot of things may be underlined, if you're smart enough, you can always see through that, read through it, and find a deeper meaning in it. But look at your privilege. Look at the things that you have going on for you. Look at all the blessings that you have that, you know, that are meant for you. Because not everything is meant for you. There's a reason why we experience life differently. Each individual goes through this life differently. You can have two identical twins, but they can have two totally different paths that's meant for them. We experience life how we need to experience it in order for us to survive. And being smart enough, wise enough, conscious enough to understand that. You know, so once again, this video is about privilege, you know what I'm saying, and recognizing the privilege that we all have and not holding our expectations of what we expect from others or even ourselves up to someone else, you know what I'm saying? Because when we look in a mirror, we look at ourselves and ourselves only. You know, some people see what's in front of them and recognize it and embrace it. Some people see only what they wish and choose to see. You know, and I just think that, you know, for me, it's a privilege to be able to look in a mirror and see what's in front of me. Recognize it, embrace it, understand it, try to get to know it better on a daily basis, knowing that it's only going to make me stronger, a better individual, make my life stronger and more enriched, you know, and that's a privilege. I recognize the privilege that I have in being able to do that, being able to see what's in front of me, see the world as it is, you know, dream still, you know, hope still, pray still, you know, wish still, have faith in, but being able to recognize things for what they are. You know, not everything is meant for me, but I know what's meant for me are great things. I know what's meant for me are, you know, huge blessings beyond my wildest dreams, and I dream big, you know. But what's meant for me is for me. You know, no one can take it away from me. No one can maneuver their way into my life to stop me from getting what is meant for me. You know, and that's a privilege to be able to recognize that and understand that. If you like what I say, like the content that I give, please feel free to visit my channel, like, subscribe, comment, and share. And as I always say, love yourself first. Love someone else. Respect yourself and respect someone else. Until next time, have a great day. Food Junkie out.